Hey guys, happy Saturday, happy weekend. How's everybody doing? So, no alcohol today, so the title is a little misleading. I've got a lot of medication in my system right now, and that's probably not a good idea to start mixing that in. So, we'll be just kind of chilling with some Dr. Pepper and water for right now. But yeah, big news this week. Big news this week. And whatnot. Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine for Deadpool 3. Yes, indeedy. TVA could erase the Van Forstic timeline. I mean, they could erase any timeline for that matter. But they probably won't ever even acknowledge it. What's up, Sandman? Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3. Could he come back as Wolverine in Avengers Secret Wars? I mean, it does open the door for sure, but I would be shocked if we see him beyond Deadpool 3. Logan is indeed back. Yeah, Logan did indeed take place in the future, but they're not messing with that timeline at all. So that Logan is completely protected. Saw your reaction posted for Return to Oz. The Wheelers used to give me nightmares as a kid. And the headless woman who stole other people's heads. Creepy. Yeah, the Wheelers were unnerving, especially the noises that they make. I found that the most unsettling about the whole thing about them. Not just the way they moved and looked and stuff like that, but like some of the unnatural shit that just kind of came out of their mouths was just unnerving. What's up? How are you doing today? I'm doing a little bit better today, but just to be safe, I'm steering clear of the alkies. Because I got like 8-10 different medicines flowing through my system at the moment. So probably, like I said, probably not mixing that in. So anybody else, if you got one, drink it for me. It's my favorite voice in Star Wars. That's an interesting question, actually. I mean, I gotta go with James Earl Jones for Vader. When we're talking purely voices, that's a little rough. That's a little tough of a question, but I don't think you get more iconic than Vader. So that's where I'm gonna sit with that. What's up, Alicia? Nice background music. Why, thank you. Do you want to talk about Ezra or just periodically today? I don't know if there's anything new that's going on other than what was yeah, I don't know anything about any new like situations other than his trial date got moved to October sometime later this month. But other than that, unless there's some new debacles going on, I'm not aware of them. Drinking water with Omni, pretty much. Wait, no drinks? Clickbait. Well, I hope you feel better. Thank you, man. What's up, Sheena? Hope you're having a good afternoon, hanging out, chilling. Hope the weather's better where you're at right now. I know it's a little bit rough in our neck of the woods. Nothing like what's going on down in Florida, obviously. Thoughts, prayers, all that jazz going out that way, man. But yeah, hope you're having fun. Hope you're having a nice chill weekend. If you got a drink, knock one back. Alicia's already ahead of you. There you go. Knock one down. Random question. Have I watched Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? I've never heard of it. It's one of my favorite web series, now a TV show. And how are you? I'm doing okay. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit better. I've been having like a periodically rough past 2 weeks. As far as health goes. But I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But yeah, as far as the show or whatever that is, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, I've never heard of it. Do you think the Fox X-Men characters are going to merge with the 616? I doubt it. Maybe some. I think Deadpool will for sure, but anybody else, I doubt it. No worries, I'm halfway there. Half paying attention to news out of Florida because my family is in Florida. My sister's in the middle of a move from one side of the state to the other. Well, I hope they're okay. because I know it's definitely rough that direction, and I just hope the best for everybody at the moment, and everybody stays as safe as humanly possible. Excited for The Walking Dead's return tomorrow. Do you think the ending will be satisfying considering all the spinoffs? I wouldn't say I'm excited. Because yeah, I don't know, because of the spinoffs, I don't know exactly how they will close this all out, the mainline series, in a satisfactory way. Not having Rick, not having Michonne, not having half of their people. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm only sitting through it. I'm only going to the end because I've been there from the beginning. I don't know if I will catch up on the out of all the spinoffs they've got, the only one that would vaguely pique my interest would be the Negan and Maggie spinoff and the Rick Grimes miniseries. Since that's a miniseries and a limited run, that'll be one I probably check out. But anything outside of that, I doubt it. But we'll see. I want a Stephen Amell Logan Spectre Wolverine Arrow movie or season 9. That was a sentence. But I think I know what you mean. I'd be down for that. I think they're making another Mortal Kombat animated film. I did see a trailer for one a while back, but I don't remember too much about it. I didn't end up reacting to it because I still haven't actually watched the last one that came out. I've still only seen Scorpion's Revenge. I did the reaction trailer for the one that came out after that, but I never actually watched the movie yet. My back is feeling really shitty, and I can't stay. See you next time. Well, take care. Take care of yourself. I'm right in a similar boat, but you got this. One thing before I go, imagine if they released Daredevil Born Again, the 18-episode series, 1 week at a time. That's like 4 months. I mean, that's what they're going to do. I don't think they'll drop it in batches, but who knows? You never know. The heroes are losing to Kang even with the backup. Then the portal opens behind them and Morbius walks through. It's Morbin time. I really kind of want the Morbius thing to die eventually. What's up, Charlie? How are you doing? It's my favorite Marvel show so far and my most anticipated one. Same for movies. Favorite Marvel show so far, still WandaVision. Most anticipated is obviously Daredevil. Like, nothing is touching that right now. It's not even close. I'm more excited for that than I am half of the movies. Say more than 3/4 of the movies. Favorite movie so far is probably either Endgame or No Way Home. Depending on my mood, that can change any stretch of the like any time of the day. Most anticipated movie that is up and coming, movie-wise, is probably Secret Wars. But I don't know. Deadpool 3 might actually be beating out Secret Wars for me. Just purely because of that whole revelation. What's up, Juan? How's my day been? It's been not too bad today. Just kind of woke up and had some lunch, and here we are. Took my medicine, chilled out, worked on reaction a little bit for Hocus Pocus 2. It's not the best edit, I'll admit. Tweaking some things around. There's just so much throughout the movie that it was hard to kind of pick and choose what was there. So I feel like it's a little rough. But it's probably as neat as and tidy as I can make it, considering. But we'll see how it goes. 2 rounds. Round 1, CW Flash versus all of the MCU Eternals. Who wins? Morals are on. Round 2, morals are off. Flash is bloodlusted. Well, I would say that Flash, with his morals on, would get taken down. I don't think he'd be pushed to the limit. I think Makari could probably keep up with him. Everybody else would keep him kind of balanced out. If he was bloodlusted, I think he could flash time and murk them all. He's faster than Makari. Like, easily faster than Makari. If he really wanted to turn it up. So, and he could kill them all with his flash hands or the infinite mass punch and all that stuff. So I think if he was bloodlusted, I think he could take them all out by himself. Hope you feel better soon. I'm gearing up for a horror movie season. What's my favorite and or most watched horror film? Well, my favorite horror film is Halloween, the original. My favorite horror franchise, also Halloween. I do have a huge soft spot for the Scream franchise. I think that's like right next up there. Most watched, however, and it's not, I don't know if I would, because I don't know. I know like there's a blurred line between creature features and horror. And I think Tremors is one of those ones that really kind of blurs that together. But I would have to say probably the one movie I've watched the most is probably Tremors or Tremors 2 out of the horror genre, if we consider that as such. Really excited for Armor Wars. So cool they turned it into the movie. I think that shows confidence in the product that they're willing to put it in theaters, and you're still here. You guys always do this. You, Sean, a whole bunch of people. All right, last question. Here we go, and then you're still in here for like an hour. Avengers Endgame Heroes versus BVS Doomsday. Who wins? All of the Avengers in Endgame versus Doomsday, I think the Avengers could take them down. I mean, that's a lot of fucking people. And Strange is there, so that gives them a little bit of an upper hand. Doomsday is Kryptonian, so magic does work on him, at least until he adapts and evolves the second time around. So at least in the initial conflict, he wouldn't have an immunity to magic yet. So that would give him a leg up. And then you also have Captain Marvel in there as well. I think they could pull it off, but I don't think they'd win a second fight if they didn't actually kill him. Thinking about Doomsday is you can't kill him. Even the DCEU, it's a little off that they did manage to kill him, because he always comes back with an immunity to the thing that killed him before. That's why he's so dangerous. He evolves. Dr. Pepper has doctor in the name, so I'm in good hands. What's up, Reefer Man? Hi, are you? Hope so, I guess. What movies are on your next Patreon polls to react to? Well, anytime there's a suggestion, I leave it up if it doesn't win, just so that it was made before, so it always has a chance to come back up there. Right now, my list of movies that are on the polls are Law Abiding Citizen, Tag, Evil Dead 2, Mad Max, The Wizard, Enemy of the State, Mother, Call Me By Your Name, Secret Garden, The Maze Runner Scorched Trials. I actually put that one on there because we did Maze Runner previously. So I figured I'd just go ahead and auto put that one on there since it's the sequel. Mystery Men, Extraction, Hunt for the Wilder People, Parents, Heavenly Creatures, Arrival, Annihilation, Edge of Tomorrow, Stargate, the movie, War for the Planet of the Apes, because I've seen all the other Planet of the Apes movies. I just haven't seen that one yet. Inside Out, The Gray, Easy A, I can actually take that off because that was this month's winner. Trick or Treat, and Blade Runner. Can't wait for The Walking Dead Season 11 to come back tomorrow. Well, for AMC Plus users, that is very true. I think we get 2 episodes tomorrow, if I recall. It's just still stupid hot. Drinks shall be happening soon. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. It happens. It's just the nature of my existence, man. If we didn't have modern medicine, I would have died when I was a child, man. Hugh Jackman is going to show up as Hugh Jackman playing the role of Wolverine in a movie within the MCU. That is an accurate statement. Some people are saying that Affleck, Godot, Cavill, and Miller are shooting additional photography for the Flash movie. Again, speculative, but how can WB still work with Ezra after all of this? Because he put out a statement saying he was sorry, and that's all that it takes, I guess. And the movie is bankrolling him way too much right now for them to lose out on it. They have to make this movie get out into the world. All 3 Spider-Man from No Way Home versus DCEU Superman, Batman. All the Spider-Man have kryptonite. I was going to say, that's not even a fight. Dude, Even you could take Superman out of that, and Batman and Wonder Woman, I think, could beat them. Yeah, I would say that would be for certain. I think Wonder Woman alone from the DCEU could beat all three of them at the same time. They actually don't have a way to restrain her. Loved the Hocus Pocus reaction, and I agree. I think cloaks need a comeback. Thank you. Come on, they look so good. I don't know. The more I watch like period stuff, I'm like, man, fashion used to have some sense. I don't know. There's some things I think can make a comeback, and I think that's cloaks. Do you want to see 2049 Barry? I do. He's always on vacation or doing something weird. Literally watched till half of season 5 of The Walking Dead. I don't remember, like, the middle seasons. I don't really remember what is going on if you just give me season numbers. I feel like that is around the conclusion of the governor stuff, which honestly is, I think, when it was pretty peak. But yeah, I don't know. It has its dips, its valleys, and all that, but it's okay. I think after season 8, I still contend that I feel like the show should have ended with season 8. Everyone wants Grant Gustin to be the new Flash of the DCU, but he's been his own DCU for years. Let him be. I want him in there, but I'm fine if they do somebody else. Follow up to our previous chat, if the additional photography for the Flash was actually taking place, with how much money does WB hope this makes its money back? Well, usually reshoots, additional photography, and stuff like that is already calculated into the budget. It just depends on if they've exceeded that budget or not. So that's not really something we're gonna know. Why did the MCU decide to be the 616 universe when Peter B. Parker's universe is 616 in the Spider-Verse? Does Tom Holland become Peter B. Parker? Incorrect. No, those are separate. The MCU's 616 is not the same 616 from the comics. It's not the same 616 from Sony's whatever. That's Kevin Feige's words. It muddies things even more. But yeah, the comics don't exist in the multiverse within the MCU. I would dare say that Spider-Verse is included in that as well. About The Walking Dead, which deaths impacted you the most? I'm still personally not over Andrea's death, and how they treated Laurie Holden. Yeah, it's been a while now. Honestly, as much as I was so mixed on what happened with her, and I still kind of am, but I would say death-wise, the ones that still bother me, and it's not even like that it still like hurts me or anything like that, that I feel like it might have been a mistake, was still Carl. I think that ruined not ruined the show, but really hurt the show a lot. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Obviously Glenn, but that was to be expected. That was going to happen no matter what. But Dale still hurt. That one still hurts. Herschel's. Major spoilers if nobody's actually watched this shit. But the Carl thing, like, as I saw Reefer posted in the actual live feed. Yeah, the reason why they killed off Carl is what pisses me off the most about it. It's so stupid. But I love Laurie Holden because she was a keystone in the X-Files too. So I did have just some she did have that going for her for me, because she's great. But there's somebody else I'm missing. I can't remember his name, but the doctor here in the last couple of recent seasons, Rosita's baby's father. I don't remember his name. That really hurt when he died. That sucked. If I could interview one actor from the Arrowverse, who would it be? Ooh. I would probably be a little intimidated to interview Stephen Amell, even though I would love that the most. And guys, do not spam in the chat. If you do, I will time you out, kick you out. I've seen somebody post the same thing 3 times in the span of like a few minutes. Yeah, don't do that. I read all the messages. If I'm probably like way behind compared to you guys. I'm already 15 minutes behind. So yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Chill. It's not you, Sean. It's not you. I would probably say Grant. I would like to interview Grant. I think I'd be able to talk to him without being like a little intimidated. The DCEU did Crisis. Will LaMonica Garrett play Anti-Monitor? Probably not. Did you get bored while watching The Walking Dead? Oh yeah, there was definite times throughout The Walking Dead where I got very, very bored. It's just after you watch it for so long, like you just kind of have to see it through. It's like I think there's what they call it, the sunk cost fallacy. Once you've given so much into something, you might as well just see it to the end. That is The Walking Dead for me. And I'd got to say that I have been enjoying the most recent season, so it always gets me. As much as there's some sections of it where I'm just like barely hanging on, there comes some storylines and stuff that really gets the blood pumping again. But sometimes it does get a little few and far between. I think Harrison Ford would make a great Thunderbolt Ross, not so much a Red Hulk, even if he wears the mocap suit. He's 80 years old. Gibson, Costner, Billy Bob Thornton have my vote. Oh, Billy Bob's not bad. Gibson wouldn't be terrible. Costner, I'm not sure about. It's possible. I like Billy Bob out of those choices personally. Campia says Wolverine will only be in Deadpool. He won't return to Secret Wars. Agree or disagree? Do you think he'll be in Secret Wars? Like I said, I doubt it. I doubt we'll see him in anything beyond this. I think this is purely Ryan and money that made this all happen. But who knows? Who knows? I watched MK Battle of the Realms recently. Spoiler, there's no cold. Well, that's obvious. I'm glad, at least. Do you think the full rest of the season of Andor will be the heist, or is it going to be 3 more episodes that's going to be the heist and then move on to more adventures? Well, it's like segmented. From what I remember them saying, like every 3 episodes is kind of like its own little pod or its own little chapter. So I feel like maybe the next 2 episodes will be the heist and then we'll move on to the next whatever the thing is. I saw a theory on Twitter that Nazi Oliver from Earth X could be Red Death. Thoughts? I did suggest at one point that an evil Oliver from the multiverse could be a Red Death from the Dark Multiverse or even that one. So yeah, I think that could be cool, but I don't think we have enough time to explore it. Flash is the fastest man alive. He's got the Speed Force. That is true. Iron Man versus John Henry Irons. Who wins? Oh, Iron Man. I mean, if we're talking the one from the live action John Henry Irons, yes. I'm not that familiar with comic John Henry Irons and the extent of his abilities, but I know Iron Man. But you know, never mind. You specified. So yes, sorry. MCU Iron Man would, I think, stomp the shit out of John Henry Irons. No one is faster than Wally West, though. Let's just get that aside. No, you're right. You are 100% right. I wholly agree with that statement. Do I like Gal as Wonder Woman? I do. I hate her. She's a terrible cringe at acting, in my opinion. I think she does a great job as Wonder Woman. Zaslav has no actual plan. Even in his speech to his staff, he didn't mention DC films despite the instant the DC was his priority. I mean, that's a speculation you can make. I'm awake, ain't I? Of course I'm high. Hope all's well with you, sir. You as well, man. Kazi is Zaslav's reverse Flash. I kind of got to agree with that. Snow Blinds, the next MK movie name. All right. Okay. That rings a bell. Stranger Things question for you. Who do you think will die first in the final season? What main character will die first? Like, really die? Honestly, I don't think any of them will. If somebody does, I think it's going to be Mike, Will, or 11. Flashpoint resets that, though, right? Wouldn't Doomsday be alive in other timelines? Yes. Nah, yes. Post Flashpoint, who knows? Anything can be on the table after that. Do you want to see a Batman No Way Home? Sure, that could be fun. Frick all the other movies, we know Inside Out is on the top of the list. Well, it all comes down to who votes for what, man. The people clamor and decide. Andor looks pretty okay so far. It's one of my favorite Star Wars shows as we speak. I'm in love with it. Considering half the cast of The Walking Dead is part of the MCU, Guerrero, Ridloff, Rooker, Fleming, Marquardt, who would you want from The Walking Dead to join the MCU? Personally, Andrew Lincoln and Laurie Holden. Laurie Holden would be great. Andy Lincoln would be great. I would love more Jeffrey Dean Morgan in pretty much anything. We're getting him in The Boys next season, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'd be down for it. Give me Carl. Fuck, why am I blanking on it? Chandler Riggs. Give me Chandler Riggs in something. Dude needs some fucking redemption after that. I know he's having a lot of success on Twitch, though, so that's one thing. I agree with your judgment on all the versus rounds so far. Fair enough. What's my favorite movie? Jurassic Park. There. Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time. Just watched the 2 miniseries Dope Sick and Dropout. I think it's on Hulu in the US. Both are really great shows that make you angry and sad. Both are true stories, opioid crisis, and Theranos Scam. Theranos Scam, I'm not familiar with that, but I have seen stuff. I remember when Dope Sick was announced. And yeah, that's very close to home here. It would be a massive L if they didn't discover the multiverse in Flash Season 9. At this point, again, I think it's too late. They don't have time to explore it. Maybe they could at the end, and it leaves it open again back to the way it was, but I don't know. I don't know what story purpose that would play for the limited amount of episodes they have right now. Who would win in a cooking competition? Clark from Superman and Lois or Clint Barton, the Family Man? Oh, Clark. I think Clark could probably cook better than Clint. Clint doesn't seem like the cooking type to me. But I could be wrong. Winnie the Pooh, short, fat, yellow bear, but. There's a but, and I don't even see the follow-up. I've seen Nightmare of the Demons from 1988, or Night of the Demons from 1988. Never heard of it, so that would be a no, actually. Confirmed he's not selling WB. Knew Grace Randolph was lying. Again, Grace wasn't the one that reported that. The actual trades did, so put the blame where it's actually deserved. She was just reading what the trades were spouting out. But yeah. They're facing a lawsuit now, though, because they lied about their numbers during their acquisition. What's up, CBM? What's my favorite movie? Oh, well, somebody actually else just asked that for earlier. Jurassic Park. The loss of Carl was definitely a loss for the show, in my opinion, as well. Again, the reason behind it is what makes it even stupider. I heard Dead Boy Detectives recast everyone. Is it a spinoff of Doom Patrol or Another Earth? I haven't heard that. I hope they didn't recast everybody, because I really liked the people they had in Doom Patrol. That would be, for as much as everybody's clamoring for that show to be a spinoff from Doom Patrol, I would want the people we saw in Doom Patrol. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not true. What's my favorite Halloween movie? I think somebody asked that earlier as well. Halloween. It's my favorite Halloween movie. Have I watched Legion? The one with the Marvel characters? I have not. Rewatched Arrow Season 1 in 4 days this week. It's on par with Daredevil for me. I don't care what anyone says. Malcolm is a 10 out of 10 villain. I like Malcolm as a villain. If we're talking the entirety of Season 1, I can't agree with you on it being comparative to Daredevil. But out of any network television show, Arrow is the closest to hit that mark. What's up, Tharuka? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. MCU multiverse is still convoluted, but it further makes no sense because both Marvel Comics and Spider-Verse acknowledge MCU is part of the multiverse, but also further makes no sense. That's a decision made by Marvel Comics. Marvel Studios does not abide by those rules. It does suck, and it is annoying, though. The only thing I'll spam is Dreams and Nightmares. Finished watching Schitt's Creek. What a great comedy. I would definitely recommend you check it out. I think I watched the first episode at one point. I just didn't continue. Maybe one of these days when I have more time. Opinion: The Walking Dead takes commitment to watch. It's long, but it has some great moments. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Deadpool 4 should be Spider-Man and Deadpool, and maybe even Venom. I do hope that we get Deadpool and a Spider-Man team up. I really do. Two things I really want out of the MCU in the future: that is a team up between Charlie Cox and Tom Holland as Daredevil and Spider-Man, and Deadpool and Spider-Man. I'm really excited for Secret Invasion. Loving the Winter Soldier vibes it's giving. Me too. Tapped out of Andor. It's too boring for me. There's nothing in it for Star Wars fanatics. That is a hard lie. For Star Wars fanatics, there's so much. So I think you just outed yourself as not a Star Wars fanatic. Because holy shit, there's so many little nuggets. There's so many things they've canonized. There's so many little Easter eggs, and there's so much happening. God, I love it. Like, it's... My foot's stuck. It's so good. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. I get it. So it's subjective. Some people, I've heard many people say it's boring, but I don't see how. I don't see how it's boring. So I can't relate there. I'm late. Loved your reaction to Return to Oz. That movie is so overlooked. I really enjoyed it. I had fun watching that one. I really want an Injustice movie. 2021 does not count. I don't think it works as a movie. I think there's just too much story to pine through for it to work as a film. I think you need to do it as like a show or something like that, or a series. Really like Andor so far. John Campea said Andor just gets better. Well, I'm wondering how much he's actually seen, because I know most like outlets got to see episodes 1 through 4 early. So I don't know if they're still handing out episodes or not. I'm playing D&D online right now. Just wanted to pop by and say hi. We're fighting a bear currently, and one that's on fire now. Well, kick its ass, man. Roll high. What's up, fanatic? Or frantic, sorry. I love the fact that you enjoyed Return to Oz. I'm glad people are taken to that. I quite enjoyed it. What's up, Justine? Hope you're feeling well. I'm doing okay. Starting to feel a little bit better myself. I've been a little grody the last couple of weeks. For me, the Walking Dead deaths that I was shocked by were Beth, Carl. Oh, Beth. That one was unnerving to me as well, just emotionally. Another option for Thunderbolt Ross. How about Ed Harris? That's not a bad one, actually. I like that one better than any of the other ones that have been mentioned so far, actually. Thank you for that, Justine, but I agree. Thank you for reminding me about Beth. It was so unceremonious, and the fact that it was just an accident, it just, After the great reviews, I'm really excited for Werewolf by Night. Me too, and the fact that they're talking about how gory and bloody it is, I'm excited for something a little crazier in the MCU, man. I want a Superman No Way Home with Brandon, Tyler, Henry, Rip Tom Welling. You were never Superman. You don't get to be invited. Rip Bozo Packwatch. What the fuck? Dude, I would love Tom Welling to be in that mix-up, but I would definitely settle for just Brandon, Tyler, and Henry. Why the Tom Welling shade? Jesus. Personally think Mike could die, but that might just be him being the one I would care least about. Though it's not as popular as The Mandalorian, and Andor is definitely up with Mando. I agree. Oh, it definitely far and exceeds. I'd say it's okay. It's better than all of Book of Boba Fett, except for the episode where we were with Luke and Grogu. I may have given up on She-Hulk, but I won't complain on Twitter. Thank you. It'd be a massive L if Flash Season 9 wasn't good. Yes, it would. Do I want a Cecile spinoff? No. I'm excited for Halloween. It's going to be a busy month, so I don't know. Yes, I love Halloween, but I'm also dreading this month because I got so much to do. Finished watching Better Call Saul Season 3 finale today. Loving it so far. Oh, you're in for a ride, my guy. It gets so much better from there. Jurassic Park is a treasure. It is. Will we ever get another live-action X-Men TV show? Probably one day. I'm sure one day we will. Eventually. It'll take some time. Yesterday I watched a new video by Nando V Movies saying why he thinks She-Hulk is great. I think it'd be a good reaction video by you because you'd probably like it. Let me take a note of that. I've never heard of that channel. Nando V Movies. I'll look into it. I won't guarantee I do a reaction or anything like that, but it'll very little, at least I'll probably give it a watch. What makes Daredevil better than Arrow Season 1? Honestly curious. Well, I think the choreography is so much stronger. I think the performances are stronger. The story is also a lot more tight. Like, there's clear and definite filler in Season 1 of Arrow, and it does take a while for certain things to, happen. It's also still got that soap opera drama throughout, the forced conflicts and all that stuff, the things that are indicative of your typical CW show. And Daredevil is just a tight-knit, focused story, and I just think on a quality level, everything's just better there. I still like Arrow more, but I think Daredevil's a better show overall, if that makes sense. Only 2 days ago watched Andor because I had a lot come in between. I wanted that 4th episode. I freaking loved it. It's just so deep, and it flew by with how invested I was. Yep, I'm right there with you, man. I can eat it up. Every time an episode ends, I just want to go right into the next one. Do you think Ezra actually gave a good performance in The Flash? Because his 2 most recent movies, including Dollyland, have been reviewed horribly. Both single him out as the worst performer. I mean, I'll be honest, like, I've only seen him in the Fantastic Beasts films, and I only have seen him in the DCEU. I haven't seen any of the other movies he's ever been in. So as far as his overall quality, I like him as Barry Allen. It's a very different, unique take on Barry Allen. I never really cared for his credence in the Fantastic Beasts saga, but I don't know. I think he was fine and amiable as Barry in The Flash. I never had any problems with it. It was just its own kind of take. But I can't speak for him overall outside those roles because I don't have enough familiarity with them. Have I watched Hocus Pocus 2 yet? I watched it last night. Working on uploading the reaction now. So it should be out tomorrow. Say, man, you're just mad because of the lack of sand. It's coarse, and it gets everywhere. I agree. There's so many things for actual Star Wars fanatics, just not for the pew pew pow pow fanatics. Exactly. Spider-Man 4 should be about a Daredevil Spider-Man team up, and Kingpin should be the villain. I would totally be down with that. I want Matt Ryan and Camilla Luddington to voice Constantine as Zatanna in an animated series on HBO Max. That would be awesome. I'd be down for that. Oh yeah, the bear is dead. Gave me a lot of meat. Phrasing. Is it possible to make a Martian Manhunter TV show? Is it possible? Sure. Will it happen? Probably not. Anything's possible. But will it happen is the big old question. If you think in terms of Scarlet Witches in the comics, there apparently can be only one true Scarlet Witch, but if the MCU was in the same universe as the comics, it would limit that stuff. That is also true. That's one of those things too, I think. After seeing Boyd Holbrook in Logan and Sandman, who would you cast him in the MCU or DCEU? Ooh. Honestly, he'd make a good replacement for Rick Flag if they ever went that other direction. Or if the Flashpoint brings back Rick Flag. I'm trying to think for DCEU who he'd match up pretty well with, but that's I'm having trouble thinking of some people that would line up pretty solid with him. Deadshot? He'd make a pretty good Lloyd Lawton. But we got Will Smith for that, obviously. But I think if we did like a comic accurate one, I think he'd be a pretty solid pick for that. Like, who knows? We don't know what Flashpoint will do. or how deeply they'll get into the multiverse. But I think if we were to reboot or redo anything, I think he could make a good Rick Flag. I think he could make a great Floyd Lawton. I don't know why. I just keep picturing him as somebody who just uses guns. Yeah. For the MCU, though, I'm not too sure. Gambit. He could make a pretty decent Gambit, I would say. My hair? No. Yeah. It'll come back, man. It'll come back. I want to see Earth comic Magog in live action. Maybe eventually. Maybe one day. Doubt it, but maybe one day. Chucky Season 2 is going to be nuts. Yeah, that starts this week. That's another thing that's going to be cracking my balls all week long. Yeah, man, this week's going to be nuts, just in general. Chucky starts this week, this Wednesday, where Stargirl already is and where She-Hulk already comes out that night. So that is another day throughout the week I'm going to be getting less sleep. Walking Dead is now joining House of the Dragon on Sundays this week. And Midnight Club drops this week. Fuck, man. I was kidding, by the way. I love Tom Welling. He should definitely get invited. Laurel Lance versus Jennifer Walters. Who is the better lawyer? For lawyering, from what we've seen, I would just say Jen, because I don't feel like we ever really saw Laurel lawyer much. So I'd probably go with Jen. She's more of a stickler for it too, I think. Excited for Chucky Season 2. Agree with your answer about the Daredevil Season 1 versus. I think they're both pretty tied for you. Fair enough. Arrow got ruined after Season 2, honestly. It began to suck gradually and unfortunately. I like Season 2. I thought Season 2 was actually better than Season 1. And I'm one of the few people that really like Season 3. I agree with most people. I think Season 4 is probably the weakest one, but I don't hate it. Season 5's okay. Season 6 is pretty solid for the most part. 7, okay. The prison stuff in 7 is probably some of the best stuff. And then 8 was just good shit. Arrow Season 3, first half of Arrow Season 5, Arrow Season 6, when Diaz was involved, was amazing. Prison Arc Season 7, Arrow Season 8 was great. What's my favorite musical movie? Probably movie. Either The Producers or Hairspray. I watch a lot of Korean shows, comedies, action, thrillers, dramas that are on Netflix, to the point that I'm kind of addicted to it. Tomorrow I'll be starting My Hero Academia. Oh no, the gateway has begun. You've gone from Korean dramas to anime. What has happened? I need to finish more of that though. Season 4 and 6 kind of suck, but don't you dare poo-poo on Season 2. Guys, chill out. People have opinions. It's fine. Did you know that Martian Manhunter's father in Arrowverse voiced Martian Manhunter in the animation? Yeah, I did. I knew that. Plays old Captain America and Falcon Winter Soldier TV show. Yep. And upcoming Captain America movie. I did. I did indeed. Ezra Miller was one of the leads in Perks of Being a Wallflower. Never seen it. The movie also starred Logan Lerman. I don't know who that is. And Emma Watson. I know who that is. I know of the movie, but I've never seen it. I love glory superhero TV shows like The Boys. I think you mean Gory and Invincible. But after watching 3 episodes of Umbrella Academy, it's not working for me. Fair enough. After rewatching Arrow Season 1, Alkan asks us, how do we get from here to Crisis? I'm going to start rewatching Arrow Season 2 next week. It was a slow build-up. Slow build-up, man. As things get a little more fantastical. Oh, okay. Never mind. I misunderstood what you were saying then. So, okay. Fair enough. 22 Films is just beating us up with content. Yes, they are. That's another thing. I've missed like 3 or 4 movies so far. I still haven't seen The Woman King. I still haven't had time to see Don't Worry Darling. And then we got Smile this weekend. I'm actually kind of interested in seeing Bros. I feel like there's another one that I'm missing. I'm just so behind at the moment, man. I've just been so drained. Loving House of the Dragon so far. Can't wait for the next episode. Me too. You should start to react to Miss the Part. He does what ifs for Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. He's done what if Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was in the MCU, and what if Galactic Empire invaded Earth in Avengers 2012, among other what ifs. I mean, it sounds interesting, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, you guys can debate your stuff. I'll just be skipping ahead for people actually addressing stuff to me. I guess. So we got a bunch of people being like, Arrow season, blah, blah, blah is better, blah, 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 blah. Have at it, guys. If Arrow season 9 happened, how excited would I be? I would be pretty fucking excited. Not gonna lie. What's up, Chosen? Veda owner, how are you? Saw you yesterday on Endless Multiverse. How are you doing? Weekend's doing pretty okay. Filled in for Jordan yesterday. That was fun. Starting to finally feel a little better, so that's a plus. Hope you're having a good weekend though yourself. Logan Lerman was Percy Jackson in Percy Jackson movies. Oh, okay, then I do know that. I've seen the first Percy Jackson movie. I think that was it. Seasons 1, 2, 3, 8, 5 are the best ones in the Arrow, in my opinion. Well, that's an easy way to say the best ones, yeah. Haven't started watching Rings of Power because of negative reviews it's getting, but I heard the latest episode was awesome. Should I check it out now? I would honestly just wait till it's out in full, because I will say that some of the... Now, they released the first 2 episodes back to back, I believe. It was the first 2, not first 3. I think it was the first 2. And I think it would flow better if you could just watch it all the way through, so you can get all the storylines and it would flow a little bit better. I think the week to week, for as long as it takes to kind of build up, would probably work out a little bit better. I would honestly, if you haven't started it, I would just wait until it's all out and then just watch it in one go. Arrow Season 5 was amazing because of Prometheus. Yes. Prometheus is one of my favorite villains in Arrow that they've ever introduced. What's up, Sketch? I haven't seen Bullet Train. Have I seen it? Yes, I've got a review up on it. Go check it out. Choose one team up, Reverse Flash Tom and Reverse Flash Matt Letcher, or Reverse Flash Matt and John Cryer's Lex. So the 2 Reverse Flashes teaming up, or Matt and John teaming up? I think I would prefer to see Matt and John team up. 5 was awesome, but the finale was underwhelming. I can feel that. I hear Smile and the new Hellraiser are actually good. I still haven't watched. I've seen like images from the new Hellraiser. I haven't watched the trailer or anything like that. Hellraiser was never one I was that into as far as horror stuff. I never really got into it, so I just haven't had a general interest in checking this one out. But who knows if word of mouth gets around, maybe. That's another movie that I forgot about that came out just recently. Have I seen any historical Korean dramas? I have not. I've seen one romance one. I don't remember what it was called. It was like something with kiss in the title, I think. But then Squid Game, and I think that's it. Have I seen the movie called Rush? It's amazing. Is that the one with Chris Hemsworth? Otherwise, I don't think I've seen a movie titled Rush, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think so. What's up, Solomon? Omni, have you seen Godless? It's a pretty good miniseries. I never heard of it. I've never heard of it. I want Lex Luthor to win. I want to see Superman lose. Lex has lost enough. Fair enough. Percy Jackson is getting a reboot show. Yes, it is. On Disney Plus, coming soon. Wakanda Forever tickets go on sale Monday. Hell yeah. Villains should win more, like Merlin destroying the Glades, Adrian blowing up Lian Yu. I agree. Or at least like we stopped them, but we didn't, we caught them, but we didn't stop their plan. Kind of like how the Batman ended. We caught the Riddler, but we didn't stop his plan from happening. Is Rings of Power actually good? Because it's a really slow-paced from what I've seen. Oh, it is. I mean, and it's more like a book unfolding, you know? not every chapter is going to be, it takes a while to build up, especially because they're telling a story that's going to, they're trying to tell over 5 seasons. So yeah, it does take a little while to get going, which is kind of why for the people that don't want to like hang on for it, I think it would work better in a binge. For people who don't like the burn of it all, because you'd be able to get through it faster. So I think that would work better. I enjoy it. I think the production value and the visuals are really stunning. I think some of the performances are solid. There are some weaker storylines than others, but there's some good bits in it. I think overall it's better than the Hobbits that we got. But that's me. I lost track of where my cursor was. There we go. We're getting closer to the chat than most days, Omni. Hell yeah. It's probably just a slower weekend, to say the least. Fires the Island villain is very underrated. It's a top tier for me. Fires the Island. I don't know who that is. Never heard of them. My weekend was going great. Remember, you have seriously leveled up. I leveled up. Shit, what was it? Somebody said level up in a show. It was in Stargirl. When Starman was talking to her, it was like, you're gonna level up, or what he was saying. And I was like, fuck. I was like, you're not even in the same universe, and they just dropped that. And then, I don't know, part of it, I didn't know if I was happy or if I was like cringing, or both when that happened. What do you make of New Rockstar's theory that Abomination might be behind Intelligentsia? It crossed my mind before their video, and them saying it made me wonder if it's true. I think it's another one of those things where it's like all this stuff, like that is, these good things that are happening in the gen always have this veiled falsity to them all, or facade, and that, you know, we'd like to think that Emil's changed good and these people are well-meaning, but really, did his thing actually go off? Did it actually, you know, fizzle out when he touched an electric fence? I don't know. Sheena, pop off. You're the resident rings expert, so chime in. Just don't bite any heads off, because I know you might try to do that. I think it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's not. It is suspicious, to say the least. But I don't know. I don't think he's behind it. I think he, if anything, maybe he's working with them. But I don't think he's like the puppeteer or anything like that. I don't know. I'm too excited for the Weird Al movie. I just rewatched the trailer. When does that come out? I know it's this month sometime. They had an opportunity to do 2 Evil Reverse Flash team-ups in Flash Season 8. Like, good Thawne arc, but I want them to do 2 Evil Thawne actors teaming up. I mean, that could be cool. Do you think they will put a 180, pull a 180, and Halloween Ends will be the best one out of the franchise? I hope so. I hope so, man. The Rotten Tomatoes scores for Smile is twice as better than Amsterdam. I don't know. I know of the town Amsterdam, the city, but like I don't know how, that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know what this Amsterdam that would have a Rotten Tomatoes score is. So that doesn't, that statement doesn't tell me much of anything. There's a Chris Evans movie called Push. I've seen that. That is sad considering that I was excited for Amsterdam because of the stacked cast it has. I don't know what that is. I'm still on the train. You should watch The Losers. Put that on your poll. Well, sign up and suggest it. I kid. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Yes, the Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Bruhl playing Formula 1 drivers in the Rush movie. Okay, so it is one that I was thinking about. I've not seen it. I wanted to, but I just never got around to it. It takes a lot of motivation for me to like watch a film that is whether loosely non-fictional without like a vested interest in the subject matter. Like, I don't know anything about them. What was that movie that came out that had shit? I don't even remember the actors that were in it. I think Christian Bale was one of the people in it. It was about the not Ferrari, or was it Ferrari? Fuck. I don't know. Whatever. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Ford v Ferrari. That one kind of looked interesting, but I also never got around to seeing it. But yeah, maybe one day. It did look interesting, and I always like seeing people that I'm familiar with branch out and do some things I'm not too familiar with. Do you think Michael Myers will be sidelined in Halloween Ends? Temporarily. Temporarily. There's going to be a copycat killer from everything I've been making out from it, so I think he probably won't come in until the second to third half, probably. Put Lost on the polls in the future. Well, the polls are just for movies. Just for movies. So shows are just, I have my own internal list I keep track of, and that's just whatever I feel like I have the time and the mental capacity to push through. Matt Nable was actually fantastic as Ra's al Ghul. Problem with Arrow Season 3 was Felicity. See, I was never... Felicity never got on my nerves. But yes, Matt Nable as Ra's al Ghul was great. The Hobbit was not it. That is very true. Percy Jackson is getting a rebooked show with Walker Scobell, who was in Adam Project. Yes, he was great in that too. He was also in Secret Headquarters with Owen Wilson. I didn't watch that one. Did not look good to me, but I have not seen that though, so I can't really speak too well on it. It's pretty late here, so good night everyone. Take it easy, have a good night, get some sleep. Faruka, thanks for stopping in. I don't remember anything about Hobbit. I probably slept through it. I gotta say, like, when I was watching, what was the third one? The fuck's the third one called? Battle of the Five Armies or whatever. When so-and-so Oak Butt, I'm just trying to censor names here. That's not a shade on the character or anything like that. There's a main character dies at the end, and like, I laughed out loud. Like, me and the people I was watching it with, like, I feel bad because we were beside some like older, like an older group of people that were legitimately invested in the movie. When he died, that scene was so fucking funny. I was in pain, literal pain, trying not to burst into laughter. And that was one of many things throughout, especially that one, that really kind of annoyed the fuck out of me. Oh my god, I don't remember his name. One of the Eelies, I can't remember. The one with the love interest. When those two are like passing around that orc. Oh my lord, that scene, that editing was so bad. Jesus. Anyway, sorry. Get away from that. Where did I leave off? Fires is the villain from Arrow Season 1 flashbacks. Oh, okay, right. Okay, gotcha. And there's the comment I saw earlier. Yeah, go into it. I'd love to hear any thoughts regarding the shit we watch. So, pop off. Imagine if Iris leveled up and bought the Daily Planet. Oh my god, dude, people would flip their shit. Blank's death was sad. I mean, I couldn't take it seriously. Like, you could time the moment his body shit itself with the way he gasped. That's all I could think about. I was like, and that is the moment he evacuated his bowels. God, it was just not a good death scene to me. And then all of the Legolas stuff was so cringy. I What was the middle one? I think the middle one I didn't mind that much. The first one was the first one was okay. It was a little much of a pretty much a cartoon. But like, man, Battle of the Five Armies just takes the cake. And then sits in the cake. Imagine if Joe levels up and gets super speed. Joe becomes Red Death. Baby Jenna from 2049 is Cobalt Blue. That'd be crazy. I prefer Harry Potter than Lord of the Rings. See, I like both. I've said this quite a few times. Lord of the Rings, it took me a long time to... Like, I saw the first one in theaters when it came out. It was mostly because I was with my grandparents and they were taking my cousins out to the theater and they were seeing some baby shit or whatever. And I was like, I really don't want to see this. So they let me see whatever other movie I wanted to see. Funny enough, their movie was done and over an hour and a half before I was because I chose Lord of the Rings. So the joke's on them. They all had to wait on me. But I watched it by myself at the theater for the first time. I don't know. When I was younger, I wasn't too invested in like the medieval wizardy stuff until I got a little bit older. Like, I like Dragonheart and some stuff, like when I was growing up, but like Lord of the Rings is one of those things that took me a long time to kind of appreciate. Harry Potter, though, I was kind of into just from the get-go. Just because I think it was the tone and the vibe of it, and you age with the characters, so it was really interesting to play through. But I appreciate both on a completely different level. Harry Potter, I've read everything, at least, so I can say that. I've still not read everything for Lord of the Rings, so there is a difference there. But I feel you. The older I get, the more and more I appreciate Tolkien's works. What is the worst movie I've ever seen? Oh, I would say The Room, but like, I've seen worse movies than The Room. The Room's still entertaining. Fuck, there's this horror movie that I can't remember what it was called. Because I was thinking Birdemic, but I also get a little bit of a cringy enjoyment out of Birdemic as well. But I don't know. That's a tough one. I can't remember what it was called. It was like some guy in the middle of a desert with a truck just picking up random teenagers, and none of it made sense. Like, none of it connected. I don't know. I can't remember. I mean, I can't remember it, so I'll just stick with Birdemic. I think Birdemic is probably the worst thing I've seen. I feel like there's got to be something else, but it I don't know. That's the only one that I can at least commit to memory at the moment. I saw somebody said Annabelle Creation. Dude, all the Annabelles are like Scorsese films compared to Birdemic. Wikipedia says Weird Al comes out November 4th. Okay, so we got some time. Maybe Baby Jenna is the main villain of the final season of The Flash. I don't like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. I hate medieval fantasy. It's all... You need a different descriptor. Because not liking it is one thing. Calling it boring, I think, is a different thing. Because there's no way some of these things can be boring if you're watching it. Season 2 of Chucky is amongst us. It's coming up, man. It's coming up. I think that was when I told you to start laying into people. Do you want Gorilla Grodd in Season 9? I miss Gorilla Grodd, but he's kind of an anti-hero right now, so I don't know how he'd fit into the story overall, but I would love to see him. Harry Potter isn't medieval fantasy, to be fair. Technically, you're right, because it takes place in the 90s, the mid-90s, and up until the 2000s. At least the films do. The books are in the mid-90s. The films are 90s to 2000s is when they take place. For V Ferrari. That was the clarification there. Hey, what's up, Ultra? I know I'm late, but I'm liking the new camera angle, man. New room in general. Out of the living room, finally. I have my own office now. My roommate moved out, and now I've commandeered that bedroom for purely my office stuff so that we can finally take back the living room. And he's still got some of his shit here. We've just kind of moved it out of here and into the living room, so that's still taken up. But eventually we might have a living room one of these days. But yes, we're set up in a new place, new stuff, new angle. I'm glad you like it, man. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying calm and busy and all that. You take back the living room. Exactly. It's like we have to like win back our lands or some shit. Pixar could make a Cars 4 and add Batmobile to it. I've never seen any of the Cars movies, actually. Did I ever watch Cavill's The Man Called Uncle? No, I've not seen it. I've not seen The Man Called Uncle. Have I heard of the graphic novel TMNT The Last Ronin? I have. I received mine in hardcover this week, and it's awesome so far. Yeah, I've read some of the summaries. I've never actually read it, but I've read the summaries because the idea and the concept of it had me really intrigued. So anytime like an issue was coming out, I would rather than buy it or anything like that, I would just kind of read like a summary of what happened. Do I have my... Yeah, I have my shoes on backwards, on the wrong feet. Good job. Oh, the band from Uncle. Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds better. Daniel. What's up? Did you hear the big news that Ryan Reynolds dropped Hugh Jackman's returning as a variant of Wolverine? Daniel, do you watch the channel at all? Every weekend, you ask me about something I've made multiple videos about. Every time. And we I know you're late, but we talked about this already at the beginning of the chat too for a little bit. Yeah, obviously I've heard about it. Amsterdam has Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Anya Taylor-Joy, Robert De Niro, Chris Rock, Rami Malek, Mike Myers, Timothy Olyphant, Zoe Saldana, Taylor Swift. What the fuck? What is this movie? I've not heard a damn thing about it. An Amsterdam thing about it. What is this? So what, it comes out next week? Yeah. Yeah, next week. I don't know anything about this movie. But yeah, that is a stacked cast. I'm still here for Amsterdam, so is the new David O. Russell starring Margot Robbie and Christian Bale. I want to see Batman vs. Superman on the CW. Doubt that'll ever happen, but who knows? Let's see. I'm wondering if Daniel watches any of the videos on your channel. I don't think he does, actually. Secret Headquarters was like a kid's movie. I'll put it up that way. Hot take, Margot Robbie is overrated. We don't hate Margot Robbie here. I mean, you didn't say that. You said overrated, but I think she's great. Seeing so much praise for Tyler heckling Superman is unbelievable. He used to be so hated. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Margot Robbie's awesome. Facts. Especially as Harley Quinn. Facts. Damn, Mike. Thorne's death was sad. Already commented on that. Don't remember what that was. I think that was me roasting his death. Amsterdam is set in the 30s. Follows three friends, Bale, Robbie, Washington, who witness a murder, become suspects themselves to uncover one of the most outrageous plots in U.S. history. I'll look into it. The Legolas stuff was absolutely cringe. Yes, it was. I wish they hadn't shoehorned him in. The thing is, and that wasn't the original intention, The Hobbit had no business being 3 fucking movies. It didn't. Maybe 2. Maybe. But money happened. Because I know Peter Jackson didn't want to make 3. But like, some things I did like, even though it completely halted the movie when it happened, is when we would cut away to see what Gandalf was doing. You know, meeting with Saruman, meeting with Galadriel, and them trying to track down the Necromancer. I liked those scenes, but I'm so mixed about those because they didn't help. They didn't do anything except tie it into the later movies, which I feel like they could have done in a different way, but I don't know. I don't know. It was fine. It just needed to be 1 movie. Or 2, maximum. I want to see Iris versus Lois. In what way? Like a fist fight? I was obsessed with Wizard stuff. Not medieval, though. Lois would destroy Iris. In a fight? Probably. That made me remember of the time I went to see Endgame, so my friends had to wait for me. And the CW afford Mongol for Superman Lois? Probably not. It's weird because I don't get medieval from Lord of the Rings. I can understand why people say that, but I don't get that vibe personally, whereas Game of Thrones 100% feels medieval to me. I agree. I agree completely. I think that's the fantasy element of Lord of the Rings that makes it feel less... It's so weird because there's a blurred line there, right? But I know what you mean, but I don't know how to explain it. I think it's the air of, like, mythology that looms over everything. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But I know what you mean. I just can't vocalize it. It was Annabelle creation for me. It was so bad. What were the Annabelle movies? I can't remember which ones they were. Okay, Annabelle creation, and then Annabelle comes home. So you thought creation was bad. I thought creation was the best of the 3. I think the first one's honestly the worst of the 3. But I actually quite enjoyed creation. Right there with Sheena on that one. But each their own, man. If you could be one Cobra Kai or Karate Kid character for a day, who would you be? Terry Silver. So I could know what it's like to be that fucking crazy and that fucking, like, rich for just a day. Who's a better performance, Manu Bennett or E.C. Morales' Deathstroke? Probably, I would say Manu Bennett overall. First Annabelle will always be superior. Ooh, we disagree. Actually, you disagree with most people. The general consensus is that the first Annabelle is the weaker Annabelle. But again, subjectivity goes either way. Didn't care for the first one. The elevator scene in the first one is the only scene that I really liked. In that one. Do I want Gorilla Grodd in Flash DCEU? I mean, sure, I love Gorilla Grodd as a character. Bring him on. I remember that shit scared it out of me. That's why I thought it was so good. Take back the living room. Well, damn, I didn't know the whole room was new. Difficult to tell with the lights and shelves making it look similar. That's dope. Yeah. That's why you'd only see, like, the corner in the old setup. Like, just, like, I was in the center of the triangle because I was just in the corner of our living room. I had, like, a divider up where I just basically cut off half of the living room to be my office until our roommate moved out. and that took over a year to happen. But so now, that's why I actually have 4 corners to myself now. Whenever that happens. One day we'll get the living room fully cleared out. If we don't move out of here first. What do you think about Armor Wars becoming a movie? I think that shows confidence in the product. I think that is an indicator that they believe in the property. So that's fun. I think it's fine. I mean, I honestly, like, in the long run, I think a lot of these MCU shows could have been movies, and they may have flowed better. I think Moon Knight probably would have been a better movie. I think Miss Marvel probably would have been a better movie. Some of them, I think WandaVision worked it quite well at being a show. I think Loki did well. I think all of the other ones probably so far could have just been movies. So that's kind of where I think about it. Favorite MCU character after Endgame? After Endgame, Tom Holland. Tom Holland Spider-Man. Tom Holland Spider-Man. -1. Not a bad choice. We're obviously getting Wolverine for Deadpool 3, but who additionally would you like to show up? Redeem James Marsden Cyclops. I say boring because I never got interested. I watched those movies and I finished them and I didn't like them. I was not entertained at all. Fair enough. Did level up. He got his land. Watched Man from Uncle and enjoyed it. I don't remember it because it was so long ago. Morning Man, are you keen for Tales of the Jedi with Andor now, which I'm loving as well, and Tales is coming up. It's great to hear so much positivity surrounding Star Wars again. I know, even though not a lot of people are watching Andor, or at least aren't watching reactions, for that matter, compared to everything else. But I mean, word of mouth, aside from I think a small number of people saying it's boring, or whatever, or it's not working for them, most people are enjoying it. I'm loving it. He won the land back. Yeah, the second he was out of here, I was starting the next week, that same weekend, I just started moving everything out. Do you think Korg going to be in Deadpool 3? Maybe. They did cross over for a commercial already, so it's possible. Last week, I wanted to come on stream and talk about this, but I fell asleep and woke up and missed your stream by an hour. Fair enough. Want to see Tom Cruise as Green Lantern? A Green Lantern? Not any of the ones I know, I would say. For me, at least. That wasn't public last week, I thought. You are correct. It was not public last week. Unless he's talking about something else, or got another chat lined up that's not typed out yet. Honestly, been telling people Miguel is the best student fighter, but they didn't listen. Miguel's a prodigy, man. He's a prodigy. Choose one. Tom Cruise Iron Man or Tom Cruise Green Lantern? I'd probably go with Tom Cruise Iron Man before I would go with the Tom Cruise Green Lantern. I thought it was something that dropped on like Wednesday or something. It did. If Deadpool 3 acknowledges Deadpool 2, it would be complicated because the time travel rules are opposing. We'll see. I don't think Deadpool cares about the rules of any of these universes. He supersedes them all. Have I watched the Jack Ryan? Have I watched Jack Ryan seasons 1 and 2? No. I've hyped for season 3 and 4. Final season. I believe Michael Pena will be in the 4th season. No, I've not watched any of that stuff. I'm not a big Tom Clancy guy, right? Jack Ryan's Tom Clancy, right? Or am I mixing up things? I do, however, want to watch Reacher if I ever have the time. I like Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, but the movie ruined it. I hope he comes back with a good writing and then it'll be awesome. I agree with that. I still vividly remember that theater experience because our theater was fucked up. And it got stuck on the loop when his father's crashing in the flashback when he's flying the plane, and then he crashes while fighting the drone planes, and then he's flashing back to his father's crash, and that siren, the spinning jet, and the control telling him to eject, that whole thing, and his dad's like motto that he would told him. That whole sequence played on repeat. That 15-second segment played on a loop for 30 minutes before the theater was finally able to make it skip ahead. Like, our entire theater was chanting along with the scene because it was seared into our memories. So yeah, I will never forget. I don't think that movie's as bad as it's made out to be, but it's definitely a very huge disappointment, and in a fair amount of ways. Again, it's what the early 2000s, mid 2000s always did with certain galactic beings by turning them into giant space clouds or dusts or whatever amalgamations. Oh my God, Galactus and Silver Surfer. Fuck. I don't know, man. There's a lot of mistakes made with that movie. But I do think Ryan could have been was fine. Great casting for the character if they had had a better script or better direction behind it. Whatever it was that hurt that movie. I remember seeing a trailer for Amsterdam a couple weeks ago. It looks wild. I'll have to look into this. Is Soldier Boy racist? Because I don't remember that, though. I don't know if it ever got brought up. I don't think he brought it up in the show. I don't know about the comic. I don't read the comic. Yeah, I don't think they touched on that. What's up, GX? 1 year as a member today. Let's get it with the love the hair. Or get it, love the hair. Hell yeah, man. You got your platinum badge. Lore of Triangle. I've only watched Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and I hated that character. Theory, Daniel isn't a subscriber. Probably not. I would definitely recommend watching the trailer for Amsterdam. It's loosely based on actual events. I have to take a look at that. I was talking to my friends yesterday about this, and I was like, did you hear Ryan Reynolds announced Hugh Jackman's coming back on the very end? He said he was going to be... I think there's a continuation. I think there's a... We'll get to that eventually. Hot take, Harley Quinn is better than the Joker for me. As a character, yeah. As a villain, no. I think Joker's like a much better villain, but she's a much better character. In like a more rounded and fleshed out character. Love Corner, really. Because the triangles implies all points are connected, whereas corners, only one point focuses to the other 2 points. I don't even remember what we're talking about anymore with the triangle thing. Finished Stranger Things like a month ago. Steve, my favorite character, best babysitter in the business. Hell yeah, man. Steve is right under Hopper for me. Hopper, from season 1, has been my favorite character and still is. That is true, Summer. I'm a Hopper boy. I'm a Hopper boy. I haven't seen the Hobbit trilogy, and I'm neither interested in watching it. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I think the animated Hobbit would be a much better watch than... Though I don't think that actually encompasses the entire story either, though. So you're kind of choosing between two different evils, I think. 2 Hobbit movies would have been pushing it, but 3 was unnecessary. The love triangle was terrible, and I'm opposed to adding stuff, but it wasn't written well. And the acting was cringy. Yes, it was. Harley is annoying, and she gets on my nerves. I can see how that could be the case for some people. I cannot leave this. I just cannot leave the stream. I just want to hang out with you guys. Aw. Feel you. I mean, Iris knows how to box from memory, so I think Lois gets slept. I don't know. They both got some fists. I won't deny Iris can throw down, but I don't know. I just get a stronger vibe from Lois. What story do you want to see What If in season 2? That's like asking me, like, what do I want to eat today? I don't know. It's rough. I don't know. That's too broad of a question. I've watched The Hobbit, but forgot about it. Fair enough. Said it's going to be the same Wolverine from Logan, but I said no. They said they were going to use the same version from Logan. It was going to be a variant of Logan. Loki introduced variants, so they will use variants. Well, if you actually Do you not watch the videos? Where are you getting your information, Daniel? They confirmed it's not the Logan one in the video. So they confirmed in the announcement that they're not touching Logan. So yeah, it's either a variant or one of the various other timelines of Wolverine, because even the Fox universe had 3 different Wolverines from 3 different timelines. So Logan in and of itself was a standalone set outside of the Fox timeline by itself. So yeah, Logan's not going to get touched. That is confirmed. They've confirmed as such. With all the flooding going on in some areas, I'd be terrified of living in a hobbit hole. At the same time, living in CA right now, I'd be so safe from fire. Castles are the way to go. Seem safest, right? That's what I've been saying. Concrete walls, no windows on the first floor, maybe even the second. I wouldn't even have any glass up until at least the second or third floor, depending. Moat, like 15, 16 foot, like cinder block walls around your home, reinforced. That's security. That's how you feel safe in your house. The Hobbit should have just been 2 movies. The battle of the 3rd movie was not necessary in my opinion. It should have ended with Smaug's defeat. Fair enough. What's the biggest spoiler anyone's ever told you? For me, it was Tony Stark's death. My sister, who isn't even a fan of Marvel, got to see it before, and she said he died. Yeah. Let me think. I don't know. I can't think right now. Probably Daredevil being in No Way Home. That's the only one that comes to mind right now. The thing is, even when those pictures came out and I stumbled upon them, I still thought they were photoshopped. I didn't even think they were real, so when it actually happened, I was actually still kind of surprised. Have I seen Reacher? Actually just addressed this. No, but I would like to at some point. Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai? Miyagi-Do. At uni, we both worked at a student emailed almost everyone at, yeah, okay, that's a, yeah. We, at one of my IT jobs, we did support for a couple of different universities. At one, someone emailed Tony Stark dies in Endgame to the group email that sends out messages to the entire student body and faculty, like the entire campus, like to the campus, like I can't think, it was like the newsletter mailing list or something. Something happened and somebody just put that in the subject line, not in the email, but the subject line, and sent that to everybody at the entire university. It was a whole thing that day. We had already seen the movie by that point, so we missed that bus, thankfully. I was right. Daniel isn't a subscriber. Daniel! Are you not subscribed? Answer me. You think Tala would have been a good love interest for Obi-Wan? Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. What's my favorite Christopher Nolan movie? Mine is Inception. Dark Knight. Might be lame, but Dark Knight. Easy. Feel bad for Lex. He comes up with intelligent plans to get defeated by a convenient Superman plot armor. Dude, nobody should sympathize for Lex. I think if you sympathize for Lex, you might need to maybe be locked up. Favorite movie is Nolan movie is Dark Knight. From that whole universe, I love the first Conjuring movie. I like Conjuring 1 and 2 a lot. 3, I enjoyed. I know a lot of people didn't. It's definitely the weakest of the 3. I like the second Annabelle movie. I like Annabelle Creation a lot. I thought Annabelle Comes Home was fun. The Nun was the worst in the trilogy. In all of these films, the worst in the film. Oh my gosh, that was the worst one out of all of them that I've seen. Shit, what was it? What's the one I'm missing? I haven't seen La Llorona, so I can't speak on that one, even though that's not, I dare call that a Conjuring film, because it wasn't intended to be. They just tried to get marketing out on it by labeling it as such. I guess by extension it technically is. I haven't seen that one. I feel like I'm missing one. Man, I feel like I'm missing one, but I don't know. At least you're getting chunks of your house back. Slowly. Your office looks sick. I'm very jealous. Well, thank you. One step at a time. One step at a time. And he was always a hilarious commenter on here. I don't think he watches any of the videos, and I don't think he listens during these live streams half of the time. For sure. Who do you think Hulk King is? I think Hulk King is the skeezy guy who was asking her all those weird questions on that date, who also showed up at her workplace later. I think it's him. Because he was also talking about if her skin can be penetrated or pierced, or vibranium works and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think it's him, and then him, and he's like a subsection under the leader. That's my theory right now. Prometheus should return to finish the job. He blew up the island, but most of them survived. Thawne, do your thing. Dr. Peppering with Omni. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier works well as a series. They just shouldn't have dropped the pandemic plot. And they could have made Carly better, but they usually had a villain problem. I think part of that is, if they wanted to stay locked into that, I agree with they shouldn't have dropped any of those plots, regardless of the sensitivity of it or not. They're already tackling police brutality, racial profiling, all that stuff. I think people can, like, stomach some people getting sick. Like, I get it, but, like, I feel like there were other things going on that I think people could stomach and handle, and maybe should have seen. I don't know. I do like that they didn't skirt away from the racial stuff, though. I really loved all that stuff. Every scene in that just broke my heart, man. I'm glad that got acknowledged and put out there. But I feel like it was a little bit of a... It did hurt the show to remove that. And another thing about that, too, is I think the 6-episode lock is another thing, because I feel like the show probably could have been 7 episodes and it would have been better. Soda to the Omni. Whoa! And then I gotta rewatch Annabelle Creation. I probably feel differently because I didn't appreciate it then. It's possible. Who knows? Sometimes you see a movie and you're just in a mood and it just doesn't land, you know? You never know. Prestige, Interstellar, and Dark Knight is still up there with one of Nolan's best. I haven't seen Prestige. Interstellar is really good. I do like Interstellar. I do like Inception. Tenet was okay. It was fun. In concept, it was fun. I haven't seen Memento, though. I just said I like Nolan's Tenet. I did. I don't think it's one of my favorites of his movies, but I did enjoy it. Don't hate on Endor. Loving it so far. Have I heard of the graphic novel TMNT? Last known it. Oh, this is a repeat question. Yes. Diaz was a villain for killing Quentin. There's this article that explains how people could have been born with different faces. This is coming from variants of Loki and Spidey. Very much so. This sucks. The Dragon Ball Super manga did not release this month, so I googled it and read that the manga is going to be taking a break for September and it's going to return October 20th. Last 3 episodes of She-Hulk has not been good as good as the first 4 episodes for me. Hope it improves. I agree. I think I can kind of see that, because I really did enjoy the first 4 episodes genuinely. This last one I'm a little mixed on, I will say, but I'm still enjoying the show a lot. I'd say it's probably in the middle of my rankings right now if I did one for the MCU shows so far. The break is for the creator, Akira Toriyama and Toyota Taro. It'd be a supermassive L if we got episodes dedicated to Cecile, Allegra, Chester, CC Media, and Flash Season 9. Oh, it's Eric Wallace, man. You know they're coming. Reacher Season 1 was so good, I don't think any popular channels have reacted to it. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody. I think the only channel I saw react to it, I could be wrong. I know I've talked about it with him, but I think Matthew V. Haynes might have covered it. I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't see anybody else really talking about it. I'm actually excited for Armor Wars. Don Cheadle getting to have his own movie as Rhodey has been a long time coming. Very happy as well for Sam as our Captain America. I agree with you on both fronts. If they release Flash Season 9 in theaters, I would pay for it. Go for it, man. Reacher Season 2 started filming. I did see that. That's coming. The Decepticons and Bumblebee movie are so cruel. I've not seen Bumblebee. I've seen all of the Michael Bay films, but I've not seen Bumblebee. I want to see a Jared Leto Joker movie. That would be at the bottom of my list of things I would want to see right now. What I got to be the only person I've heard that they don't like Mark Ruffalo's biggest L. I guess I just don't like Harley Quinn in general. I hated the animated show as well, so maybe the problem is Harley, not Margot. It's possible. I mean, in the original Batman the Animated Series, Harley was one of my favorite characters, man. Favorite additions to the entire lore of Batman. Margot Harley is the best. Was amazing in the Suicide Squad. I agree with that. Iris v. Lois would be wild. I don't know why we got to fight. Why we got to fight? Do you want to see Iris finally win a Pulitzer? Sure, go for it. Do you want Hugh in the comic suit? Always. Yes. Let's see. Iris will Pulitzer for a Screen Rant article. Is Deadpool like Arale from Dragon Ball? Rules do not apply to him. Pretty much. Michael wants a moat. I do. I feel like Lois has been in more life-threatening situations. She's beat Harley Quinn in a fight, and Harley cheated, but Lois still won. Well, that's breaking us out of the live-action stuff. That goes a little more into the animation and the comics and stuff. I think we've been talking about the live-action adaptations. I want to see calm and focused Lois in Season 3. She was too angry and screaming in Season 2. Yeah, for rightful reasons. That's what I said. Logan is dead. He is in the MCU. Heaven. He's not in MCU. Logan from Logan is not in the MCU. Let's not do that. He will not touch the Logan version, even they said, my friend keeps saying Logan takes place in 2029. Deadpool is a prequel. That is true. Logan does take place in 2029. Actually, I can't remember. It might even be later than that. But yeah, it is in the future in every other timeline. Because Deadpool will be in 2025. Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's not Logan. For me, it was always Daredevil appearing on No Way Home. God, I was so angry about it too. Deadpool is actually confirmed to release September 2024. We're not talking about the release date, man. We're talking about the time in which the movie takes place. Wait, his name is Smaug? I thought it was Smug. Yeah, thoughts on the John recast? It sucks, but I'm glad that Jordan Elsass is doing something for himself and his own mental health and stuff like that. I wish him the best. And I think, honestly, from the kid they got on the set photos and stuff, he looks very similar to Jordan. So I just hope that the chemistry between the brothers still stands strong. Cobra Kai all the way. Cobra Kai never dies. The show will end with Cobra Kai dying, though. Who would you cast as the CW Hal Jordan? Honestly, I know he's Starman right now, but Joel McHale, I think, would be a great Hal Jordan. I think Cobra Kai is overrated. The show or the dojo? Still funny, the dude got his account bonked. Yeah. What do you think about Harrison Ford being Thunderbolt Ross? Not a huge fan of it. I wouldn't mind Harrison Ford being in the MCU, but I'm a little iffy on recasting Ross. Favorite villain? From anything? The Smoking Man from X-Files. Conjuring 2 was amazing. Finally got to see League of Super Pets because it's on HBO Max now. The movie's pure fun. I wish it was successful enough to get a sequel. It probably will. It probably will. Well, Under Zaslav, I don't know if it will. But I did really enjoy it. I was shocked with how much I enjoy it. Let's hope the Nun 2 is better. I hope so, because they set up Valak to be so cool in The Conjuring 2. And the Nun was just disappointing on every level. Every level for me. Will I be watching Hocus Pocus 2? I saw you saw the first one, and I just watched the second one. It's uploading, and it'll probably be out tomorrow. My reaction for 2. So keep an eye out for that. It's kind of hard to take CW Lex Luthor seriously after watching the actor on 2.5 Men series, but he was so funny. I still like him. He's probably my second favorite live-action Lex Luthor. Don't simp for Lex. He's mad head as much as he is bald. Rank the Cobra Kai seasons. Oof. That's hard. That's hard. Two is probably my least favorite season. Then 1, 4, 5, 3, maybe. I think 5 and 3 can be juggled for my number 1. God, it's so good, man. I love this show so much. I don't sympathize with Lex. I just need him to win for once. Talking about Arrowverse Lex, by the way. Fair enough. No, I'm a subscriber. It's been over a year. Great channel. Thank you, Omni, for making me feel better because I've been depressed over a decade now and started in 2012. I'm glad I can make you feel better, man, but it's just sorry to come down on you so hard, man, but like, yeah, it does, like, I'm a person, one of my pet peeves is repeating myself. And like, especially when I made a whole video about a specific topic and stuff, you know, it's a little rough sometimes. I apologize, but still. Have you seen the new horror movie called Smile? No, I have not. The marketing for that movie is on another level. I saw that they planted people at like a sporting event in just the audience to smile creepily into like the cameras. That's some crazy shit. But yeah, I don't know. Here, have an apple. I'm not a Shinigami. Arrowverse Lex sucked so much. I like him. I like him a lot. Arrowverse Lex was awesome. His plan to divide Russia and the USA was intelligent. It was a shame that he kept getting defeated by heroes' plot armors. That's his role, man. That's the job of the villain. Jesse Eisenberg was the best portrayal, hands down. Art is subjective. Art is subjective. Have I seen all the Karate Kid movies? I have. Seen every one of them, including the reboot. I almost forgot yesterday WB released a photo from The Flash, but get this, the photo was taken over a year ago and had horribly blurry Flash in the background and Annie Muschietti smiling. Sounds about right. Omni makes me happy too. Aww. Love you guys. For example, I would have Lex become president and weaponize John Henry Irons' suit and become Army of Evil Henry Irons's and take over and win. I mean, he did kind of win post-crisis, you know? He did become the head of the DEO. He was like in charge of every other thing. Like, he was pretty much on top. He was controlling things in season 5. As much as that season sucked. But yeah. I mean, he did kind of win. Bumblebee was awesome, very underrated. Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet. It's got an 89. Like Bumblebee. One of my favorite shows lately has been Invincible. Cannot wait for season 4. Why cannot season 2 come sooner? I agree. I really hope it's not too far off in the future. I loved it, man. That was a surprisingly amazing show. The original Batman the Animated Series, Harley was such a welcome addition, but I adored what they did with Mr. Freeze, Baby Doll, and Poison Ivy. Yes, those are all really great ones. The Baby Doll one, iconic. Mr. Freeze reinvented that character. Yeah, there's so many great things that they did in that show. It was another reason why it pisses me off that Zaslav has sold off the Cape Crusader to other streaming platforms. It's such a disrespectful move to the property, man, in my opinion. I don't care if it's for money or whatever. It's so annoying. Go watch Bumblebee someday. I probably will one of these days. Pop Tort, do the snore. Uncle Ben is in the main MCU because the zombie outbreak universe acknowledges him, and the only difference is the outbreak happening. Oh, really? That's a good thing I didn't take it to account. It's just No Way Home really seemed to imply that Aunt May maybe never had married. I don't know. It was weird. No Way Home left me with a lot of questions about that. I really like Bumblebee movie 2, maybe the best Transformer movies after the original. I really liked the first Transformers movie. After that, it was like diminishing returns, which is one of the main reasons I never watched Bumblebee. When it came out, it was a reboot of everything that had been there, and I already wasn't feeling what was already happening, so I just never got around to seeing it. I want to see Jared Leto Joker in Peacemaker Season 2. That could be funny. That could be fun. Who's your dream casting for the next Bond? Whew. Dude, I would really like to. I'm not the only one that said this. I'm far from the only one saying this. I know a lot of people have this come up in conversation, but Idris Elba, right now, like to take up the mantle. I would love to see Idris Elba in that role, man. I really would. The problem is, I think he's too old for the contract that the Broccoli's are looking for right now, which is something that they've actually said has made it casting the new Bond really hard, because a lot of the people that they would want aren't too thrilled about being locked into a contract that's going to have them strapped into this role for 12 years. Like Idris is what, mid 50s? He'd finish up his contract, give or take, in his mid 60s. Be rough. Like, I get it. It sucks. And that's a huge commitment, a huge time commitment too. Daniel Craig almost he did. He lamented being locked into his contract. So I don't know. I don't know about any. I'm not sure who I'd go with. Maybe who might be younger. Maybe Tom Hardy might be a good fit if they want to go someone a little younger. I mean, and the dude just won a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournament. Gold medaled a jiu-jitsu tournament, which is kind of crazy. Henry Cavill would be great. I don't know. There's a lot of good potentials, but I would really like Idris. It's like the perfect. It's one of those situations where we're getting to this point where like some of these castings we might have missed the mark. Like for the Uncharted movie, Nathan Fillion is the perfect Drake. Had they have caught on to that earlier, if they had made an Uncharted movie earlier, perfect. The fan film where he did play Nathan Drake was phenomenal. But I get it. Studios want younger people because they need to do these actions. They want to keep them around to franchise and all this stuff. But my God, it just sucks that we missed out on Nathan Fillion as a Nathan Drake. Like, that's kind of how I feel right now about Idris a little bit. Fassbender's another good pick. I saw somebody just mention. Should the Batman 2 be R-rated? I don't think it needs to be. Richard Madden, another good one. Talking about James Bond, I would think Richard Madden would make a great Bond. I have not seen The Bodyguard. Imagine if Arrow was an R-rated show on HBO Max. I mean, Arrow kind of pushed the limits for TV, so if they kind of lifted that veil a little bit, that would be pretty baller. Favorite Disney villain song? Hellfire, Be Prepared, I Got Friends on the Other Side, etc. Oof. Villain song. Oogie Boogie. Oogie Boogie song. He's not my favorite Disney villain, but that's probably my favorite Disney villain song. I'm the Oogie Boogie Man. How are they going to explain how Thunderbolt Ross went from looking like the other guy to Harrison Ford? The only way I can think of that is Harrison Ford version of a variant from another universe. Dude, they've already changed like 3 actors around in the MCU already. They probably wouldn't even acknowledge it. I mean, we recast Rhodey. Rhodey's had a change of face. Hulk has had a change of face. They just have to not address it. They don't have to address it. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong to ignoring it. Like from a universe where there was an incursion, he was the only survivor. Yeah, I'm not down for that. Haven't seen Bodyguard. Somebody else just mentioned that. No, I've not. I think Richard Madden won a Golden Globe for Best Actor. He basically was playing Bond. I think the last thing I saw Richard Madden in was, fuck. What was it? Rocket Man. He's really good in that, too. Did you know that America Chavez was meant to be the one who brought in Tobey and Andrew in the MCU? Yes. It was supposed to happen if Doctor Strange came out first. Yeah, I did know that. Haven't seen Cobra Kai. Is it should? I think you mean it should you. Is there too much teenage drama? I mean, there's half the cast is teenagers, so there is teen drama. But it's really good. It's so much fun. It is a karate soap opera. Don't expect it to not be. But it is entertainment. It is pure fun and entertainment the whole way through. It's ridiculous, it's over the top, and it's so much fun, man. What's an underrated 60s, 70s, or 80s movie show? Movie show? You think other reactors should take a moment to react to, if only to give a little more love and limelight? Psycho? That's older than that, though, to be fair. That's a little bit beyond your time frames there. I don't know. I don't know about shows that I think would work reaction-wise very well. RoboCop was RoboCop 80s or 90s? I don't remember. RoboCop, the old Swamp Thing movies. I don't know. That's a little tough. That's a tough question. The actual original. Well, no, I think that's past those dates too. That's a hard question. I don't know. I really don't know. I was going to say Addams Family, like the OG show. I don't know. I'm struggling a little bit. Werewolf by Night will be released soon. It comes out this week, which I didn't realize. So that's another thing that comes out this week, or the end of this coming week, that is going to be rough. Have I seen Bunchy starring Anthony Starr? No. No, I have not. Not heard of that. You want Green Arrow DC movie, and how would you feel if it was political and quirky like the comic book version? I mean, like I've said many times, I'm not a fan of Oliver Queen from the comics. The only version of Oliver I've actually been a fan of has been the Arrowverse one. So I don't know if I would like a comic accurate Arrow movie. I don't know. Who knows? It depends on the writer, who's behind it, the acting, all that stuff. It could win, but I don't know. We'll see. Ranking the Cobra Kai seasons, is that possible? It's tough. It's tough. I'm glad No Way Home came out before that way Doctor Strange 2 can reference the movie, unlike any other MCU movie that cannot mention him that much. That's true. Tim Hortons having Smile cookies right now. Coincides funnily with that Smile movie. That's interesting. School sucks, so watching Omni is nice. I hope. Okay, well, I was going to say it's Saturday, so I was like, I hope you're not watching me during school. Shadow should have come back as Lady Shiva and take revenge on Oliver. That could have been an interesting plot. Omni is awesome. He makes all of us happy. Oh, you guys are going to make me Emotional. Stop it. Love you guys. Gene Hackman was a great Lex Luthor. Yeah. Yeah. Not one of my favorites. I'm not a fan of the kooky, cartoony Lex. That's just what I'll say. Hold up. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Forgot. You're right. Lex did win, and he made himself a Paragon.
Invincible Season 2 is taking way too long. As far as I know, it hasn't even started production either. It sucks. Which villain should get a Joker-style movie? Give me Scarecrow. That would be a great psychological thriller. Magneto movie is long overdue in my opinion. Yes, that would be awesome. Give it. You know, I might share my opinion on She-Hulk on the internet without raging on it on Twitter. Magneto R-rated movie would be awesome. Not everything needs to be R-rated. I think you do a Magneto movie either way. As long as the story's strong, it doesn't matter. But you got to stick to the themes. I think there's some themes, especially in the early days, you would have to touch on that would push it into R-rated territory because of his upbringing and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll side with you on that. Can't wait for The Boys Season 4. JDM is going to be in it. Yes, he is. Congrats for James Gunn and Jennifer Holland on their wedding. Yes, congratulations, Mr. Gunn and Jennifer Gunn. Or Holland Gunn, whatever they plan on doing with the name there. My dream caster for the next Bond is Ezra Miller. Just kidding. Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling wouldn't be too bad. Henry Cavill would be my dream casting for Bond. Stephen Amell should become Assassin's Creed for Netflix. Maybe. He would have to definitely be somebody else. Like a later, different version of one of these families or characters. My pick for James Bond would be Richard Madden, as he is 36 and he's played... Oh, wow, he's that young. Oh, wow, okay. He's only 2 years older than I am. For some reason, I thought he was older. Gotta play that role in Netflix's Bodyguard. Man, people keep bringing that movie. I'm gonna have to check it out. Assassin's Creed is basically Al Sahim. Kinda. Speaking of Bond and Magneto, Michael Fassbender would be a great James Bond. Interesting to see the growth of Anthony's skills. I need to check that out then. But he's already in his 40s. Yeah. I mean, at least he's closer at the bottom of the barrel there for what they're looking for, so that's possible at least. Richard Madden will be amazing too. Today I'm thinking Loki teamed up with Mysterio, Mystique fighting Spider-Man, Thor, and Logan for a stop motion. Go for it, man. As Uncle Ben did invest in the MCU, with his death wasn't much of an impact for Peter, so that goes to Aunt May. His death was mentioned as something that happened to May. Also, his initials were on Peter's suitcase when he went to Europe and Far From Home. Would have liked Idris or Tom Hiddleston. They could have played very different Bond types. Both could have done well. Very true. Ursula, Poor Unfortunate Souls. That is a good one. That was one of my runner-ups for sure. Nathan was so good as Drake. Yes, he was. Very scared for Black Adam's box office. We'll have to wait and see. Dr. Fate will carry Black Adam. For the fans, I think so. Because honestly, Dr. Fate is the thing that I'm looking forward to the most in that movie. Tom Hopper could be a Bond. I mean, he could be, but he wouldn't be in my top list. That's for sure. He was a Albert Wesker in the last live-action Resident Evil movie. Every villain song is Be Prepared from The Lion King. That was also in my runner-ups. Superman cameo is carrying Black Adam. Why have we gotten to this stage 5 years ago? What people who have said just Black Adam alone? I mean, there's still no confirmation that he's in there. So we'll just have to wait and find out. But I would prefer people to just be excited for Black Adam. But I don't know. We'll have to see. It's just the trailers haven't been the best. The last one was pretty decent, but we'll see. Tom Hopper's got the looks, but his acting's not that great. That's kind of where I'm at with Tom Hopper. Cobra Kai is banging. Don't ask, just go watch. Marvel could change faces any day. Your favorite Cobra Kai character? It comes down to Johnny or Daniel. That's for me. I want to see Daredevil on the big screen eventually. Daredevil trilogy. Do it, Marvel. Maybe one day. If anything, we might see him on the big screen as a part of a team up, though. Favorite Disney movie of mine is Minutemen. I have not seen that movie. Cobra Kai is great. I didn't think I'd like it, but it's so much fun. Yes, it is. Idris just turned 50 a few weeks ago. That's what I thought. I've seen a lot of hate for Moon Knight. Damn, people really hated it, huh? Thought it was mid and forgettable. I enjoyed it a lot. wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed a lot of what it was doing. But yeah, in the overall grand scheme of things, because it was so disconnected from everything, I think that's one of the reasons it makes it so forgettable. It's not so interlinked with the world because it's so divergent from it. Miguel versus Jack from Kicking It. I don't know Kicking It. RoboCop was 87. All right, nailed it. I'll take it. Harrison Ford is going to be Thunderbolt Ross. That is a rumor that is going around right now. Nothing confirmed. The entire TVA knows about Peter Parker being Spidey. Then, if the second spell fails, all of them would be pulled there, let alone Kang, who would know everyone. Yeah, I'm wondering how that spell would affect the TVA or Kang. I mean, in their domain, magic doesn't affect them. Magic doesn't work. So I'm wondering how that works. What's up, X? Just arrived. Loved your reaction to Return to Oz and Hocus Pocus. I'm glad you enjoyed them, man. Tom Hiddleston has the new James Bond. As the new James Bond. I think he would be a pretty interesting Bond. The show is called Banshee with Anthony Starr. Okay. Okay. I'll look into it. What do you think of the certain faction of fandom joking about Bruce Wayne having the fake persona of a himbo and his kids picking on him but defending from the press? Bruce Wayne having the kids picking on him. I'm not sure what this was in reference to. I'm not sure I understand the context of this one. Maybe elaborate if you can, please. I want to see Black Mass escape prison, put up bounty on Batwoman, Arkham Origins style, but Batwoman is canceled, so this will never happen. That could have been a cool storyline. Ryan Gosling would be so good as Bond, though, right? I think he did pretty solid in that The Gray Man. But yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't give off that Bond energy to me. Love Magneto so much. I hope they bring Fassbender back like Wolverine. That would be cool. That would be cool. I think he remains in Zola algorithm to evaluate people's past and determine their future. That does not lead to the creation of another version of him. Maybe. Could be. I'd love to see a Zaz movie with him as a serial killer. I don't know if you could make just a standalone movie on Zaz. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I would like to see Zaz pop up in something else with more of a focus than he had in the Dark Knight trilogy. That would be interesting. But, yeah. Zaz, I think, deserves a little more love. Do you think DC will ever have Lockup as a villain on the big screen? Vigilantism versus police brutality in Acropolis and corruptism. I don't know if they would have the gall to tackle that or the talent to tackle that, but it would be cool to see. I saw Andy Starr in The Boys interview that only... Andy Starr saying in a Boys interview that only like 40 people have seen his show Banshee, but it's a great show. We got Magneto movie called... It's called First Class. Back in 2009 when the masterpiece X-Men Origins Wolverine came out, and they were going to make Origins movie for all the X-Men and Magneto. That wasn't a Magneto movie, so it doesn't technically count. Well, the rumors are true. Harrison Ford does play Thunderbolt Ross, so we get Indy and Short Round reunion in the MCU. Oh, that's right! That would be cool. That would be cool. Rank Arrow seasons based on flashbacks only. What? I can't do that right now. I don't even remember what flashbacks came from what season right now. I think season 2 has my favorite flashbacks, but it's rough. I don't know. I can't do that. It is spooky season now. Haven't seen the art style showing the King Thanos, a variant of Thanos who won Endgame. He's exclusive to watch in Avengers Campus. I've not. I want to check that out. I'm going to have to check that out. It'd be an infinite-sized L if Max Mercury doesn't show up in Season 9. Maybe. Maybe one day we'll get a movie about M and how she got to the position. Oh, that would be cool. But as we've seen, M is a title that gets passed on. There have been multiple M's. It's just one of them was able to jump continuities and jump timelines. I haven't watched The Bodyguard, but I know Keely Halls is in it, and she's in The Durrells. I don't know if I said that name right. Have I seen Ben 10? I've seen the original. I don't know that I've seen all of the original. I've seen the original and the follow-up where they're teenagers. That's it. One of my favorite shows when I was a kid. I think it'd explode if we did get a Superman cameo in Black Adam, but it's Brandon Routh. That would be nuts. Oh, people would be so mad though. I would be tickled to see that, but I think there would be a riot. Bodyguard is only 6 episodes like Disney Plus shows, but it's great. Oh, it's a show? I thought it was a movie the way people were talking about it. Now, Moon Knight has nothing to do with the multiverse saga. Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities is one of the scariest trailers I've seen. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I'm curious to see how that plays when it comes out. I'd love to see Brandon Superman on Superman Lois. Me too. For me, Moon Knight would have been a great MCU Disney Plus show without 6 episodes. The ending was rushed. Yeah, it's another thing. It's like either compact some of these things a little more strongly or give it 7 episodes or 8 episodes or something. Not too long ago, Jodie's last episode now. October 23rd seems to be the date, but it's still not 100% confirmed. It's so strange to me they have not locked this thing in yet confidently. But all they keep talking about is the next anniversary special. I feel bad for Jodie, man. I really do. Maybe he accidentally gets stuck in a whole season on Superverse, but later we find out Lex plans all along, sends Superman to a different Earth, and he took over Earth 96. It'd be interesting. D23, Tom Hiddleston wished Paul Rudd luck against Kang and requested him not to let him enter the TVA. Hell yeah. What's up, Abbas? Moon Knight ending ruined it, to be honest. The last episode was so rushed. I don't think it ruined it. It definitely... I don't know. There's some bits in it where, I think episode 3 was the episode that could have been brushed over a little bit better. But I think overall, I still enjoyed it. It was like a 7, 8 out of 10 for me. Little rushed. Brandon came back. Will his Lex be Kevin Spacey? Fuck no, it wouldn't. They should adapt Superman 96 comic into live action. That comic's so good, they're making a sequel to that comic. Brainiac was the villain. I need to read that. Do you think Daredevil will be the last episode of She-Hulk? Probably. I think he's going to help her take out Intelligentsia. I think that's what's going to be happening. Or infiltrated or whatever. I think that's going to be what's going to go down. Either or he shows up in the next episode. I mean, it's the only options. It's either the next one or the last one. And they said they let us keep using him, so that makes me think maybe he pops up in more than one episode, but we'll have to wait and see. Would you like a live-action remake of Lion King 2? No. I want less live-action remakes of Disney shit. Sony is making Karate Kid movie apart from the Cobra Kai writers and cast. I don't know, man. It could end up being very bad if not taken with a proper care. Yeah, I think that's a shitty move, but it is exactly the kind of move Sony would make. You know, they see something working, they see something coming to an end, and they're like, oh shit, let's capitalize on it and make bank, and like, who cares what comes out of it? Like Morbius, Venom, all this other shit. We're just gonna milk our IPs to the ground in poor faith. I'd love to see a Joker-style Harley Dent movie. It could be interesting. And that would need like a very gifted hand to write that script, I would say. Who's my favorite X-Men character? Out of X-Men characters, it's Wolverine. Wolverine's my favorite X-Men. My favorite Marvel character is Spider-Man, though. I can rank the flashbacks if you want. Go for it. What's your ranking of the current shows airing now? For me, it's worst to best. She-Hulk, Rings of Power, Andor, The Patient. I'm not watching that one. I don't know that one. House of the Dragon, and P.S. Dahmer was fantastic. Have not watched it yet. Haven't had time to watch that one yet. Oof. I mean, I enjoy all of these shows right now. But I would have to say, between all the stuff that I'm watching, which I have to look at my page here to remind myself what I'm watching, I would probably go She-Hulk, Stargirl, She-Hulk, Rings of Power, Stargirl, House of the Dragon, then Andor. Probably. Do I have any plans to react to Cyberpunk Edrunners on Netflix at all? No, I do not currently have any plans, and I love the Kingdom Hearts logo, by the way. No, I'm not. I'm not a huge cyber, like not cyberpunk like the game or that. I'm not huge on cyberpunk, the cyberpunk genre personally. I know Studio Trigger animates it, and that was something that kind of interested me. But I don't know. I don't have any plans to react to it right now. I've heard great things about it, but um, I've just got too much other stuff going on right now that picking up another show is going to be too painful at the moment for me. What do I think of the Scarlet Witch? She's a great, fantastic character and awesome, but she's a villain. I almost forgot, but Grace Randall tweeted that Sasha Calle and Michael Keaton will be in the DCEU after The Flash, but Ben Affleck may still be in the DCEU, or he would be lost in time. Well, we'll have to wait and find out. I want Robbie to win the Sekai Taikai since he's been robbed of 2 All Valley tournaments. Robbie needs a win or something. Miguel's won. Eli's won. It's time for Robbie to be a champion. That's kind of what I was thinking this season, too. I was like, man, Robbie just got some more L's, man. I would like to see Robbie win, but I do think at the end of the day, it's Miguel that's he's our main character. Like, out of the kids, he's the main character. But I do think Robbie needs a win somewhere. Gotta go Omni. Bye. Take it easy, man. One last joke. Iris will actually win the Pulitzer for We Got This Covered. God. Gotta head out. Glad to watch you live. Take it easy. Thanks for giving me a fun way to spend my afternoon. No problem, man. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your weekend. The Bruce Wayne persona of a generous but somewhat stupid billionaire in the press, only business smart. His kids pick on him on social media, but he will dogpile anyone that attacks their dad. But we'll talk. When they say his kids, that's kind of where I'm getting confused. Like, is this based on the DCEU? Is this based in the comics? That's the part where I'm getting confused. But I mean, that is normal and typical of him to have the dumb billionaire business smart press persona to the public. I'm just not sure about the whole social media kid dogpiling thing. This is my theory of what happened with Barry. Runs to Earth 89, my favorite DC Earth. He meets Michael Keaton, Batman. Then he finds Supergirl and Zod and comes to Earth 89. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I'm not even going to begin to speculate on what's going on with that movie. Is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. canon to the MCU? Currently, no. For me, only seasons 1 through 5. Season 6 shows the overconvenience of Coulson's entire crew surviving the blip. I've still only seen up to seasons 2, but I don't, like I said many times before, I don't remember any of it, except for the Wade twist. I just got a cupcake of the book from Hocus Pocus. Nice. Ew, cupcake. Let's see. Zod comes to Earth 89. Yeah, you're just reading from the Reddit leaks. Yeah, no, I'm done. They need to give us the motivations for why each character wants to win the Sekai Taikai in Season 6. I'm sure they will. There's a lot of focus on the 60th anniversary specials. 3 seems to be the total number of Tenet episodes, to the point that Jodie's last, now titled The Power of the Doctor, is sort of being left out. Yeah, it sucks, man. It really does. I'm excited for the special, but like, I feel so bad for Jodie. Her entire run. Stop making live-action Disney remakes. Yes. But still, I think it's pretty epic on its own right. Plus, Tegan and Ace are back, and that's fun. Yes, I know. I'm so excited for that. Let's see. Season 1, 2, 1 to 5. Season 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. In your opinion. I think that was the flashback stuff. Scarlet Witch isn't a villain anymore, though. That's still debatable. It's still debatable. What's your favorite Arkham game? Mine is Arkham City. The first one. The first one's my favorite out of all of them. The Patient is great. Only 5 episodes out, and it's 22 minutes each. It's how to do 22 episodes show and make it feel very satisfying. Only 5 episodes out? Is it a weekly show? What's it on? In the sacred timeline of the MCU, the villains of the No Way Home aren't multiversal. He Who Remains hates variants, meaning variants, so it would be the sacred timeline. No Way Home and Doctor Strange 2 didn't happen. No. Not according to Feige. They'll create a redemption storyline for her if she comes back. Oh, yeah. Probably. Wade, you meant Ward. Ward, whatever. The W guy. I know that. That's the only thing that I remember. Quite like the new haircut, by the way. Very cute. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm writing a Cobra Kai Season 6 fan fiction on paper. Oh, go for it, man. Hell yeah. Cool. It's morning now where I'm from, but it's worth it to wake up early and wine with Omni. Aw, I'm glad you take the time to do that, man. It's 6:15 p.m. where I'm at. Have I seen the Doctor Who Pyramids of Mars? It's awesome, even to this day. It's better than the other stuff we get today, including New Who. Pyramids of Mars. Which one was that? It sounds familiar. All right. Right. I remember this one. I mean, a lot of the Fourth Doctor stuff was really good. I wouldn't say better than everything, but it's better than some stuff that we've gotten in New Who, I would say. But I think there's some New Who stuff that eclipses all of the classic stuff. But we are pretty much caught up. So we only got a couple straggling messages here. So I'm just going to kind of read them off. We're going to come to a close and close out the stream, guys. So we are at, let's see. Season 4 flashbacks and Arrow are boring minus the John Constantine ones. Agreed. Who should play Galactus in the MCU? I think it should be Feige. And no, that's not a joke. That would be cool. That would be kind of funny. I would be kind of down with that. Otherwise, I don't know. For Galactus, Willem Dafoe. Well, no, we already kind of have him out there. Shit. Fuck. I don't know. That's a hard one. That is a hard one. I don't know who I'd go with. It's 6:16 where you're at. Oh, a full 12-hour difference there then. Tom Baker, Sukit, and Mummies. Yeah. You know what they could do for the Sekai Taikai would be tag matches, so then Robbie and Miguel could both win. Oh, that would be great. Let's do that. The Patient is on Hulu, and yes, it's weekly. Only 5 are out now, ending with the last episode. Holy shit. And the ending of the last episode was holy shit. Okay. That I'll have to look into that. I've seen trailers for it, but I haven't watched it. But guys, we are caught up. Thank you all for the titillating conversations and for just hanging out for this little bit each week. Love you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. If you're down under the weather like me, hope you feel better. Hope you have fun. If you're in anywhere these places are getting hit with these storms, please try to stay